What's up, everyone? I'm Timothy Milamasylum Jr., and this is Milamasylum. Thanks for tuning in and checking this review. If you do like it, please like and share, and hopefully, maybe I can earn your subscription, but if not, that's totally cool. Now, today, yes, we are discussing, obvious from the thumbnail, what? The Midnight Club. 10 episodes. I'm not going to get in and break it down. I'm just going to give you an overall viewpoint of my own personal thoughts. But anyways, has Mike Flanagan done it again? Has he? That's the question. Now, he came in strong with The Haunting of Hill House, and then he kind of dropped the ball with The Haunting of Bly Manor for some people. I actually thoroughly thought the show was very well written, very well delivered. I was a little disappointed in the lack of horror from it, because I don't think it was to be that type of a horror film. And it obviously wasn't. Now, The Haunting of Hill House had a ton of unanswered questions. There's so many things in there to just pick apart, and just, you could do that for hours. Like, literally, I've done it. I've discussed this with other people, and people are like, oh yeah, and then they start seeing it, and then we just get in this big old discussion, just dissecting this series. Now, Mike Flanagan, I don't know whether it's just the lack of not being able to sell, but whatever reveals he does are very obvious from the very beginning. And if you don't see it coming, I feel bad for you. He is just not good at these hiding these. He gives it away right then and there. He's like, so I'm walking up, I'm like, do. Hi, I'm not a killer. And then the person's like, yeah, I didn't think you were. But you're like, but I am the killer. It's like, duh. You know what I mean? And he does that. It's just obvious. You just automatically just know right then and there when that story arc is that person. Anyways, then he completely fixes the problem he had from Haunting to Bly with Midnight Mass, which is a creature feature. It's great. It's beautiful. It's very well written, well done. Just everything about it, I absolutely adored. I thought it was great. Now, also in that one was a very obvious plot, but it was so good. It was great. It was what I look forward to in horror films. Now, Midnight Mass is a horror fiction, and if you're looking for jump scares and horror and things like that, you're gonna get some of that. But this just fails so hard to be scary. I think a lot of the frightening aspects of it is these kids with terminally ill symptoms in a hospice manor, led by Heather, Langenkamp, Nancy, Nightmare on Elm Street. And I was super stoked when I seen her. I was like, what? It's fucking Heather. Yeah. But even that didn't save this. It was just, I don't want to say bad storytelling, but it had a lot of good storytelling, because this is Midnight Club. They meet and they tell quote unquote scary stories, or just stories in general. Half of these were quote unquote scary stories, frightening stories. But like I said, I think a lot of the horror aspects of it were just these kids who had terminal diseases, and I think that in and of itself is a scary aspect of life. Not quite knowing when you're going to kick the bucket. That's probably more scarier than any uh, creature out there, or some kind of, you know, just the inevitable idea of early death. But see, life isn't guaranteed at all for anyone. Like, I could die right now in the middle of this video. I can just fall over. Kids can just fall over. There's just so many just, you know, just unrealized factors to life that could just end yours in any moment. But anyways, that's probably where I would put this horror series at. There was so many unanswered questions, things that didn't even make sense, and Flanagan isn't one to write a sequel or have a sequel. Even if you look at his films that he has done, he doesn't have any sequels in there. But I doubt we're going to get a sequel with this one. There's just not enough story left to give us one without milking out that entire story. But anyways, is it worth the watch? Yes, it's a good installment to the Mike Flanagan universe. He is very good at the direction, the cinematography. The scripts are really well written. But just don't expect a lot of horror in this. Hopefully his next series, he will knock it out of the park again like he did with Midnight Mass. But on this one, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 stars. It's the best I can do. Anyways, I'm Timothy Almine Jr. Until next time,